In my position here in Willow Glen, I serve half-time as the children's pastor, and I serve half-time as the preschool director here for our church preschool. And in that job, I'm a bridge to families every day, connecting them to the idea that church is a support for them as they raise their families, whether or not we are their family church. We are a place to partner with them as they raise their children. And that's been a real big blessing for me, not only to have those students in my life every day, but to be connected to their families and supportive of their families. And I think the last thing I would say is that since COVID, the children's ministry part of my job has felt even more like bridge building, even within the local congregation, because families weren't able to come to church and some still aren't comfortable with that. I've done a lot more outreach and visiting on people's porches and delivering supplies and finding ways for our children, especially, to be active together, but also be safe and to also practice their faith in the community. So when last spring they were interested in caring for the earth and nature, we found a way that we could do a park cleanup day and a gardening day where they could safely be outside and still, even in the midst of COVID, be active in their community. And so finding those bridge opportunities has been a little more difficult during COVID, I will say, but has also opened up a lot of doors for ways that we can practice our faith together and really be intentional about it. Whereas before I waited for families to come to me, and now I'm often finding myself going to them and asking a little more intentionally, what do you need from your church right now? And asking children that specifically as well. My deepest joy has always been working with children. From the time I was in elementary school, that was my call. And when I heard that as a call into ministry to work in the church and in the community, and really solidified that, it has been a joy for me ever since. I think where that meets our deepest need now is in helping our children identify themselves as people of faith. And we are even as adults afraid to name ourselves as Christian or as people of faith in certain settings. And that's okay. I get that. We don't need to wear it on our chests all the time, but for our children to claim that identity and to wrestle with it is I feel a great need in our greater community, for us to know who we are as individuals and to be able to engage with the world with our values and our beliefs and our understanding of the world and ourselves and who God is and how we all relate to one another. So my work with children is my greatest joy. I love to just listen to their questions and hear their answers and kind of talk through it with them, but to also know that they're cementing that into themselves. They're claiming it as their own. It's not the faith that just their parents have told them about. It's the faith that they are growing in themselves, and that hopefully, because I believe the world needs that, hopefully when they are young teenagers and young adults, they will take that into the world with them, and the world will be a better place because they know who they are as children of God.